Hey everyone, my name's Cody. I work in the cloud and I obtained my fourth AWS certification today, which is awesome. I have this AWS Solutions Architect Associate and I can vouch for this amount of money right here. So if you're interested in getting into tech or interested in cloud or Google Cloud or Amazon Web Services, feel free to ask any questions. I will be going for my fifth AWS certification here soon, as well as the Google Certified Professional Architect. I also have the Comptia Security Plus, AWS Developer, AWS SysOps, AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner, and Solutions Architect. So yeah, I started out as a desktop tech, worked my way up to system administration, then worked my way up to a cloud engineer, and then to a cloud architect. And I work remote from home full-time, and I love it. So just here to answer any questions about doing that, or if it's something that you would want to get into or you have any questions about, feel free to ask. Happy to answer any questions. So I work primarily in Amazon Web Services and Google Cloud. But like I said, I started out as a desktop tech before. So I know a lot about Windows, servers in general, Linux, that sort of thing. So feel free to ask. Let's see. I think I'll get a PM offer next week in DC, says Sean Guns. That's awesome. You can see here PMP is on the list at $148,000. This salary could be dependent on your cost of area and your cost of living, as well as years of experience. Someone that usually has these type of certificates are usually people that are in the have been in the tech realm for a minute, usually a few years at least. But it is possible to make six figures in tech. How long does getting certified take? So my last AWS certificate, I probably studied for about a month, but they usually recommend at least 6 months for the associate of AWS experience. But usually you can study for them in about a month or maybe even less, maybe even weeks. Who's ever double tapping the screen and sending those likes? Thank you. Let's see. You already knows I'm 24. Should I go back to school and study this? Where should I start? So any age can get into tech, and honestly, any path is viable, right? I even have a video on this. You just need to know what you're going to do next is the thing that I tell people. Whether it's going to school, getting a certification, doing a boot camp, or self-studying, they're all viable paths. It's just what can you afford, what do you have the time for, and what works best for you based on what you want to go into. So if you want to get a bachelor's degree in computer science, go for it. If you don't have the time and money for that, that's okay. You can get a certification. If you don't want to get a certification, or you're like a developer and certifications don't really apply to you, then work on your portfolio and self-study. Definitely a path for everybody. What good is Cert for AWS SAM apps? That's a good question. There's AWS Developer Cert. That might be a good one to start out with. I'm 40 years old, no math or coding background. What's my runway look like? Says Paragon 3692. So honestly, the very first thing I tell people if they want to get into like computer security, computer networking, cloud, DevOps, or you don't know, but you just want to get into tech and not do the developer thing, is start out at help desk or desktop support. if you have customer service skills, you can get a tech job doing a help desk. All you need is those soft skills and those customer service skills, and then start studying for something like the Comptia A+ exam. The Comptia A+ exam is a great place to get your fundamental knowledge in tech. And if you told somebody that you're studying for the A+ exam and you have those customer service skills, you're most likely going to get hired as a help desk, because 90% of that job is customer service skills. And the cool thing about working help desk is then you can learn the other departments. You can go shadow people in computer security. You can go shadow people in computer networking. You can go shadow the guys in cloud. And not only can you do that, but when you're on help desk, you're helping those people do their jobs as well. So you develop relationships with these people, and it's really easy to move up. So like I moved from desktop tech to system admin to cloud engineer and cloud architect, all within the same company, all within 3 years. So it's possible no matter the age. Jan says, I'm in tech sales right now looking to get SA certified. What are the odds of me working for AWS? Honestly, it depends on what role. Just getting an AWS certification doesn't really qualify you for AWS in particular. I mean, you could probably get a job as like a cloud support engineer doing support tickets and work your way up from there. Obama's, I just started with my thanks for the gift. I just started with my Comptia A+. Hopefully we'll get my first admin job in a few months. That's awesome. Congrats. How long does it take to get into Google Engineer certification? Probably anywhere from a few weeks to a month, honestly. Puss on Boots, what's the best one to get first? I wouldn't recommend any of these certificates as a first one to get. The first one I would recommend is Comptia A+. If I miss your comment, it's not on purpose, just a lot of comments coming in. Feel free to hit me up on LinkedIn or Instagram. They took away the ability to direct message here on TikTok. So feel free to hit me up there, and I'll be sure to answer. Thanks for the fire and Xerox 11. What other certificates besides Comptia A+ would you recommend for help desk? Either Network Plus or Security Plus are also really good ones to get, as well as the AWS Cloud Practitioner. The AWS Cloud Practitioner is a fundamental certificate for AWS, and it's a good one to learn if you just want to speak cloud and know what cloud is, or if you're a manager that or like a director or something. It's also good for those types of people, so they can speak to their direct reports about cloud a little better. Let's see. Is Azure administration cert valuable? So the thing I'll say about getting Azure or GCP or AWS certified is it depends. Like if your company uses Azure, then get Azure certified. Or if the job that you're going for and the company you want to work for uses Azure, then yeah, do that. If you don't know, then probably go for AWS because they have the largest market share and you're going to find more jobs in that. What IT job non-coding will pay $350 plus? That's a good question. Tech sales is a good one. I've seen people at FANG companies like account managers or solutions architects or technical account managers make that kind of money, but those are usually more senior people. Thanks for the follow. Who's ever double tapping the screen and sending those likes? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I make 6 figures and I'm a hot dog vendor, says Mel. That's awesome. Is this base pay. Yes, this is just base salary. I've had people come in here and tell me this is really high. I've had other people come in here and tell me this list is really low. So it depends on your cost of living. And again, just getting one of these certs doesn't guarantee you that kind of money or a job, really. Usually people with these type of certificates are people usually with more experience. I have this one here, the Solutions Architect Associate, and I can vouch for that amount of money. Do you think they're axing GCP? Nope, no way. They would not axe GCP. What's the best certificate for cybersecurity? Probably Comptia A+. Let's see. Thanks for the follows, guys. Really appreciate it. I've seen a few people asking me to move. So I'll go ahead and move now where you can take a screenshot of this. And then I'll move again here in a few minutes. I move every few minutes, or at least I try to. If you want to find this on your own, just Google top paying certifications and global resources. Global resources is the place where I got this from. All right, so go ahead and take your screenshot. All right, if you didn't get that, thanks for the rose, Social Crypt. Appreciate it. If you didn't get the screenshot, I'll move again here in a few minutes. And again, if I don't get to your question, it's not on purpose. I'm not skipping it on purpose. Just a lot of messages and a lot of likes. Thanks for the rose, Ruby Red. Who's ever smashing that like button, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are awesome. I just do this for fun. I don't make any money off TikTok, at least right now. I just kind of do this as a passion project. I've worked in tech for about 10 years. I've worked in cloud for 3, and I just love sharing my experience and trying to help you guys get into tech. Someone says, what should I do after SAACO2? That's the Solutions Architect Associate. Depending on what you're doing, if you don't have a job in cloud, probably get job experience. I don't know if I'd recommend getting a certification. Maybe a job, honestly. Or if you already have a job and you're wondering what cert to get next, then probably check out the SysOps or developer certification as well. Let's see. Thanks for the follows, guys. We are climbing in those likes already. Thank you, thank you, thank you. UX designers and UX researchers make 6 figures, says Squishy. Totally possible. That's a little bit outside of my wheelhouse. Again, I started as a desktop support tech, moved my way to system administration, then cloud engineering, and then cloud architect, all within the same company, all within 3 years. And again, I have this cert and can vouch for that amount of money. What's 7 through 10? I will move here in just a few minutes. Where you can take a screenshot, but let me switch sides at least. Maybe that'll help. And then I'll move again where you can take a screenshot. How do we get started in tech, says D. Beatty. So honestly, help desk job. If you have customer service skills, you can start in tech. I don't care how old you are, where you are at in your career. You can get a job in help desk just having customer service skills. I worked in hotel management before this and then moved into tech. So anybody can do it. It's totally possible. And honestly, working remote from home full time has been one of the best things ever. I have a great work-life balance. I make really good money, and it's just honestly been amazing. But you haven't moved over to show it. I'll move again here in just a few minutes. Entry-level certs, Comptia A+, and ProfessorMesser.com has free training. I got Azure Data Engineer. Is that one on the list? It's not. This list is a little old, I'll say that. It's from 2021, I think. It's a little biased. I chose it because it has the Google stuff. And again, I work in cloud, so that's why I chose this list. You probably go find this list if you Google top paying certification, you'll probably see a range of different options on here as far as like different certs. So just because the cert's not on here doesn't mean it's not a top paying cert. Honestly, usually any tech cert is going to be in the 6 figures, especially these more senior and professional ones. All right, let's see. Matt Rogers says, I have an AWS cert and I don't make half that. Again, it's totally dependent on your cost of living. Usually people with these type of certificates are people that worked in the industry for at least a few years. And if you like in the Midwest, you're probably making anywhere from 40 to 90,000. I live in Utah and can vouch for this amount of money. Yeah. Let's see. Do I need a high school diploma? Says Tom. That's a good question. Maybe. I'm not sure, honestly, on that one. I'm a Mech engineering student. What certification would you recommend? Says Nanachi Patty. Honestly, if you're in school, I wouldn't recommend a certification. The next thing I would recommend is getting a job. Job experience is going to be critical. Who's ever smashing the like, thank you. Thanks for the follows, everyone. You guys are awesome. Mr. says, I work for AWS, $250K. Yep, that is right on the money. Thanks for the rose trill dip. All right, what does the bottom of the list say? All right, it's been a minute since I've moved. Let's go ahead and do that again. You guys can get your screenshot of this list. Again, if you want to find it on your own, just Google top paying certification and global resources. Global resources is the site that I got this from. All right, let's go ahead and take a screenshot now. All right, if you didn't get that, I'll move again here in just a few minutes. Just be patient with me. Again, if I don't get to your question, it's not on purpose. Just a lot of questions coming in. Thanks for the rose, Olivia. How do you feel about iOS engineering? Honestly, any developer job's awesome. I wish that was something I could do more of, but I am not a programmer. What do Scrum Masters make? I would say anywhere from 50, 60, 100,000. Honestly, I'm not really sure. What state are these salaries based off of? These are not based off any state. These are just averages. Corey says, thoughts on a cybersecurity boot camp if employer is paying for everything involved with that? Honestly, maybe a SANS. The SANS Institute is a really big, known, popular training. They are expensive, though, and it's not really a boot camp. It's more of like training courses for cybersecurity. Yeah, check out SANS Institute, Corey, for cybersecurity. But, yep. Thoughts about CBT Nuggets for training? CBT Nuggets is awesome, depending on what you're using it for. I've used Pluralsight, a Cloud Guru, Wiz Labs, Udemy, Stephen Merrick and Neil Davis, and Adrian Cantrell. Those guys are all awesome. The Cyber Mentor, John Hammond, a bunch of them. Professor Messer, freecodecamp.com. There's a huge list. I make more than all those guys and I do plumbing, says my guy. That's awesome. Thanks for the rose, Olivia. Do you have to have a college degree as well? I would say it's becoming less and less of a thing to have a college degree. There are some jobs that do require a college degree, but I say it's not as common anymore. What would be a good one to choose if you're new to tech? So I would not choose any of these certifications if I was new to tech. I would start with the Comptia A+ exam. Comptia A+ is a great one to learn if you're brand new to tech and you have no knowledge in tech at all. And then you're going to check out ProfessorMesser.com. He's got free training videos, so definitely check him out. Someone says I have the CISSP, can confirm. That's this one there. That one is kind of different than normal certificate. they categorize computer security jobs in 5 different domains, and you have to have experience in 2 of those domains, as well as have someone vouch for you that already has it. Let's see. You look like that guy from Pretty Little Liars Original Sin. I just got my hair cut, so maybe that has something to do with that. Can you move out of the way so I can take a screenshot? Yes, I will move here in just a few minutes. I moved just a few minutes ago, so give me just a moment, and I'll move again. Let me answer a few more questions. Maurice says, Professor Messer is the GOAT. Yes, he is. Someone says bachelor or certificate. So my spill with that one is, if you have time to get a bachelor's degree, great, do it. If you have time to do a boot camp and the money to do it, great, do it. If you have time and money to get a certification, great, do it. If you none of those things and you just want to self-study, great, do it. They're all viable paths. It just depends on what path is best for you and how fast you want to get there and where you want to go. The thing that I tell people that's more important than that is just knowing what you're doing next. People will get stuck in like help desk, and that's because they don't have a plan for what's next. At least have a plan for the next 1 year, 2 year, 5, then have a plan for 5 years and 10 years. Set yourself goals. That way you can kind of have a trajectory of where you want to go. I mean, that plan's likely to change, but at least you have somewhere to shoot for, somewhere to go. And if a certification gets you there, great. If a bachelor's degree gets you there, great. Who's ever smashing those likes and double tapping that screen, thank you. We are up to 9.7. That is awesome. On a Thursday evening. What's the difference between a solutions architect and a DevOps engineer, says Colin Wingett. So the solutions architect is you design systems in the cloud, right? So it's kind of like building a house architect. With solutions architect, you're building systems and solutions in the cloud. So you need to know all the different services that an app would use, how they are built together, how you work with different services, and be able to design a system that you can then implement and build. DevOps engineer would be the person that actually is building that stuff day to day, doing what's called CI/CD, so continuous integration, continuous development, where they're pipelines of like building web apps, right? Where it's all automated. Let's see. Were you prior military? Nope, but the haircut definitely maybe shows that. But I was not in the military. Let me answer a few more questions, guys, and I'll move again. My boyfriend is an AWS cloud support engineer, but he hates it and doesn't know what to do. Any tips? So that's a common one. So when you're an AWS cloud support engineer, you're basically answering support tickets, and it's rough duty, man. Even help desk is that way, and desktop support. And doing support tickets, it takes a special kind of person to do it. And it's something you usually don't do forever. So just know that people usually move tech jobs every 1 to 2 years. So if he's been in that job for more than a year, he needs to be moving. And whether that's out of AWS, that's okay. If he's got AWS on his resume already, that is perfect. So he needs to be moving to like a DevOps role, a cloud engineer role. Even if that's out in a smaller company, he would be able to find a job, I almost guarantee it. But yeah, don't get stuck in a support engineer role. That sucks, answering tickets. All right, if you haven't, thanks for the rose, Mr. B, and thanks for the rose. I missed the first one. And new luck. All right, I'm going to move. If you haven't got your screenshot, let's go ahead and do so, and we'll answer some more questions. All right, if you didn't get that, we'll move again just in a few minutes. Again, if I miss your question, it's not on purpose. Just a lot of questions coming in. Feel free to follow me on LinkedIn or Instagram and message me. I promise I'll get back to you. It's just hard to give you guys really specific advice without knowing where you want to go and what your preferences are and what you like. Thanks for the rose, Miss B. Is Coursera worth it? Yeah. So like the Google Data Analytics course is through Coursera. There's a girl on here, her name's Annie Analytics. She had never had any tech experience prior, and she now does data analytics full time. She's a Tableau consultant. Go follow her. She's actually here on TikTok, Annie Analytics. Kind of a cool story. So, and she's still going through it. So she posts pretty often about it. All right, someone says, can you talk about project management? Not really. The only thing I can really say is there's a project management certification, the PMP. But other than that, I can't really speak to it because I have never been a project manager and don't know anything about it other than that, really, honestly. I have had people say this is accurate for the PMP, or even more money, honestly. Will these certificates supersede a degree? No, but if they help you show knowledge, then maybe. It depends on the hiring manager, honestly. Are those good jobs for a female? Honestly, I wouldn't say whether they're female or male. Honestly, any job. It's good for both, honestly. All right, we're actually going to end it there. I know we got a lot of people still here and a lot of questions. I am not feeling so hot. I'll go ahead and move one last time. And again, if you need to find this on your own, just Google top paying certifications and Global Resources. Global Resources is the site that I got this from. So feel free to find it there and go ahead and take your screenshot. All right, I try to do these lives 2 to 3 times a week now. Usually I'm not at home right now, so I'm doing the green screen thing again on my phone. Usually I have a stream key where I'm streaming from my computer, and I throw a browser up right here, and then I'm down here. That way I can show the list a lot better, and I can show you guys all these different websites that I'm talking about. So feel free to follow me, and hopefully you'll catch me on one of those where I can show you the websites a lot better. I bounce through all these different tabs. It's really cool. A lot of info, a lot of good info. Again, I've been in tech for about 10 years, and I love sharing my knowledge. I don't do this for money, at least yet. Kind of been a passion project. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and thank you so much. Again, please follow me or message me on LinkedIn or Instagram, and I'll be sure to follow up with you. Just give me some time to do that because I usually get a lot of messages right after this. So I hope you all have a good night, and we'll talk to you later.